Gentlemen, if you've ever found yourself getting up multiple times at night, feeling that urgent need to go, or just not feeling completely empty after you do, you know exactly how frustrating prostate problems can be. For a long time, the only answer men were given was prescription medications with their potential side effects, or the prospect of surgery. But what if I told you that one of the simplest, most natural solutions for supporting your prostate health could already be sitting right there in your kitchen cupboard, and that eating just one single type of nut every day can play a significant role in reducing prostate enlargement and calming those frustrating symptoms? Nature provides us with a whole toolkit for wellness, and for prostate health, that toolkit goes far beyond just herbs and supplements. It includes delicious everyday foods. Now, I know that can sound too good to be true, but these natural alternatives are backed by solid science, and they can offer genuine relief from the discomfort while helping you maintain control of your body and your daily life. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 specific nuts that have remarkable properties for prostate support. Each one brings its own unique set of benefits to the table. And I'll tell you right up front, one of these 5 is so powerful and has such surprisingly specific benefits for your prostate that I consider it the #1 nut you should be eating daily. I'll reveal which one it is and exactly why it's so effective later in the video. But before we dive into those 5 amazing nuts, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, drop a comment below, and tell me where you're watching from. Make sure you're subscribed, because I share practical men's health strategies like this every single week. Now, let's get into it. Before we get to those 5 nuts, let's take a quick but important moment to talk about the prostate itself. Understanding what this gland is and what it does makes it far clearer how the right foods can genuinely make a difference. Think of this as a brief direct briefing before we get to the good stuff. The prostate is a small, muscular gland found only in men. It sits just below the bladder and wraps around the urethra, the tube that carries urine out of your body. For reference, it's roughly the size and shape of a walnut. Its primary job is to produce a fluid that combines with sperm from the testicles to create semen. This fluid is critical for protecting sperm and supporting reproduction. Now, here's what most men don't realize until it becomes a problem for a great many men. It is very common for this walnut-sized gland to gradually become larger over time. We call this benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BCH. The word benign is important here. It means this enlargement is not cancerous. But don't let that word fool you into thinking it can't cause real disruptive problems. As the prostate grows, it begins to squeeze the urethra, much like gently pinching a garden hose. That's what leads to those all too familiar symptoms that bring men into my office. A constant urgent need to urinate even when you've just gone, a weak or interrupted stream, the nagging feeling that your bladder never fully empties, post-void dribbling. And the biggest complaint I hear, nocturia. That's the medical term for waking up 2, 3, or even more times a night to use the bathroom, destroying your sleep and leaving you exhausted the next day. If this chronic pressure and irritation continues without proper management, it can escalate into more serious conditions like prostatitis, inflammation, or infection of the gland. The constant disruption and discomfort can genuinely compromise your quality of life, your energy, your mood, and your productivity. The powerful truth is this: you have significant control over your prostate health through daily lifestyle choices. Regular physical activity and intelligent nutritional decisions can make a world of difference in managing these symptoms and protecting your long-term vitality. This is precisely where nature's pantry, and specifically the nuts we're about to discuss, becomes a practical, evidence-based strategy. These aren't old wives' tales. These are food-based approaches supported by growing scientific research, shown to reduce inflammation, improve blood flow, and support healthy urinary function. I'm Dr. Thomas, a urologist with 12 years of clinical experience helping men navigate prostate health naturally and effectively. Today, I'm sharing the 5 nuts that can make a real, measurable difference. Let's begin. Number 5, the pistachio alright. Let's start our countdown with a truly remarkable nut. Many of you know and enjoy that slightly sweet, rich flavor and the satisfying ritual of cracking open the shells. But beyond the taste, pistachios are doing serious work for your prostate health. What makes pistachios so valuable comes down to their unique nutritional profile. They are loaded with powerful antioxidants, including compounds called lutein and zeaxanthin, essentially cellular bodyguards protecting your tissue from damage. They're also one of the best nut sources of an amino acid called arginine, and they contain beneficial plant sterols. Here's how this works inside your body. Those antioxidants target oxidative stress and inflammation, two of the primary drivers of prostate enlargement. The arginine is where things get particularly interesting. Your body uses arginine to synthesize nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen. This dramatically improves blood flow throughout the entire pelvic region. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reaching prostate tissue, helping it function optimally and reducing the internal pressure that causes urinary symptoms. On top of that, the plant sterols in pistachios help modulate the hormonal signals linked to prostate growth and support healthy cholesterol levels. In one specific clinical study, men who ate a handful of pistachios every day for just 3 weeks showed measurable improvements in pelvic blood flow and reported significantly better function scores. That's not a trivial finding. The health of those blood vessels is directly connected to both urinary function and overall male vitality. Support one, and you support the other. The benefits don't stop there. The fiber and healthy fats in pistachios help you maintain a healthy weight, which matters because excess body weight puts additional pressure on the bladder and worsens B-fissé symptoms. The potassium content also supports healthy blood pressure, feeding into better cardiovascular health overall. This combination, improving circulation, reducing inflammation, supporting a healthy weight, makes pistachios a triple threat for prostate and male health. They address root causes, not just symptoms. Incorporating a handful of pistachios into your daily routine is a simple, powerful, and genuinely enjoyable strategy that benefits your prostate, your heart, and your energy levels simultaneously. I'm curious, are pistachios already a regular part of your diet? Drop a comment below and let me know how you like to eat them. Number 4. The almond. Moving to number 4. We have the almond, one of the most versatile and well-studied nuts available to us. Many cultures throughout history have recognized its health-giving properties, and modern science has given us the mechanisms to understand exactly why. For men focused on urinary and prostate wellness, the almond is a true cornerstone. Almonds serve as a formidable ally for your entire urinary system. Regular consumption supports prostate health, promotes kidney function, and contributes to overall urinary tract well-being. And the science behind it is straightforward. A single 1-ounce serving, roughly a small handful, delivers 48% of your daily value of vitamin E, one of the most potent antioxidants known to support cellular health. Almonds are also an excellent source of fiber, healthy monounsaturated fats, and key minerals, particularly magnesium. This specific combination works in synergy inside your body. The high levels of vitamin E and other antioxidants, found primarily in the almond's brown skin, neutralize free radicals, those unstable molecules that cause oxidative stress and damage to prostate cells, driving inflammation and enlargement. By reducing cellular stress, almonds help create a biochemical environment where the prostate is far less likely to become irritated and enlarged over time. The healthy fats and magnesium support balanced hormone production, including testosterone, and contribute to improved systemic blood flow. Here's something that surprises a lot of my patients. One of the most compelling benefits of almonds comes through gut health. Almonds function as a prebiotic food, meaning the fiber and polyphenols in them feed the beneficial bacteria in your digestive system. A healthy gut microbiome improves your body's ability to manage systemic inflammation and efficiently process and eliminate waste products. That internal efficiency reduces the overall toxic burden on your body, which directly eases the load on your prostate and urinary system. The result is fewer symptoms and better function, and it starts in the gut. The practical advantage of almonds is how easy they are to incorporate, raw as a snack, sliced over oatmeal or yogurt, blended into smoothies, used as almond flour in baking, or as a spoonful of almond butter. That versatility makes consistency simple, and consistency is what actually delivers results. So find your preferred format and commit to it daily. Your prostate will thank you. Number 3. The pecan. Number 3 on our list is one that often surprises men, the pecan. Most guys think of it as a dessert ingredient. What they don't realize is that the pecan is one of the most nutritionally dense nuts available for prostate and male health. What sets pecans apart is their fat composition. A remarkable 90% of the fats in pecans are the healthy, unsaturated kind. But more specifically, pecans are one of the very best dietary sources of a specific form of vitamin E called gamma-tocopherol, a particularly potent antioxidant. They also contain concentrated levels of plant sterols, including beta-sitosterol, along with important minerals like zinc and magnesium. This specific nutrient combination gives pecans a direct, evidence-based role in prostate protection. The gamma-tocopherol form of vitamin E is particularly effective at neutralizing the specific categories of free radicals that cause damage to prostate tissue, more so than the alpha-tocopherol form found in most vitamin E supplements. This is an important distinction. You can spend money on supplements, or you can get a superior form of the nutrient from a handful of pecans. The beta-sitosterol is equally important. This plant sterol has been studied extensively for its role in reducing the symptoms of BCH. It works by competing with and limiting the hormonal signals that drive prostate cell growth. Multiple controlled studies have shown that beta-sitosterol supplementation leads to significant improvements in urinary flow and reductions in the sensation of incomplete bladder emptying. The zinc in pecans adds another critical layer. Zinc is one of the most concentrated minerals found naturally in healthy prostate tissue, and men with BFIFI and prostate issues consistently show lower zinc levels. Replenishing zinc through diet supports the structural and functional integrity of the prostate. The magnesium rounds out the package by supporting healthy muscle function throughout the urinary tract, contributing to smoother, less interrupted urinary flow. So while pecans may have a reputation as a holiday indulgence, the evidence is clear. They are a year-round, serious tool for men who want to protect their prostate. Add a small daily serving to your routine, in your morning oatmeal, as an afternoon snack, or mixed into a salad, and you're giving your prostate exactly what it needs. Number 2, the Brazil nut coming in at number 2, is a nut that stands in a class of its own when it comes to prostate health, the Brazil nut. This one has a specific, well-documented mechanism of action that I find genuinely remarkable, and the science behind it is some of the strongest we have in nutritional urology. The reason Brazil nuts are so extraordinary for prostate health comes down to one mineral, selenium. Brazil nuts are the single richest dietary source of selenium on the planet. A single Brazil nut, just one, can contain anywhere from 68 to 91 micrograms of selenium, which puts you at or above your entire recommended daily intake from one small nut. Why does selenium matter so much for the prostate? Because the prostate gland has one of the highest concentrations of selenium of any tissue in the human body, and for good reason. Selenium is a foundational component of selenoproteins, a family of enzymes that protect cells from oxidative damage and regulate inflammatory processes. When selenium levels are optimal, these protective enzymes function at full capacity, defending prostate cells from the kind of chronic oxidative stress that drives both BPH and more serious prostate conditions. The epidemiological data here is compelling. Multiple large-scale studies have found that men with higher selenium levels have significantly lower rates of prostate-related problems. Research has also shown that selenium supports the healthy regulation of SA, prostate-specific antigen, which is one of the markers we use clinically to monitor prostate health over time. 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day is genuinely all you need. I want to emphasize that point strongly. More is not better here. Selenium toxicity, called selenosis, is a real risk if you overconsume. Symptoms include hair loss, nail brittleness, and neurological effects. But 1 to 2 nuts daily puts you in the optimal range without any risk of excess. This is one of the most targeted, efficient dietary interventions you can make for prostate health. The dose is precise, the food is accessible, and the evidence is solid. If you're not already including Brazil nuts in your weekly routine, this is the easiest upgrade you can make starting today. Number 1, the pumpkin seed. Before I reveal number 1, let me acknowledge, pumpkin seeds are technically seeds, not nuts. But in the clinical context of prostate nutrition, they consistently outperform every nut and seed studied. and I would be doing you a disservice not to include them at the top of this list. The number one food for prostate support you should be eating daily is the pumpkin seed, and here is exactly why. Pumpkin seeds contain a uniquely powerful combination of nutrients that directly target the mechanisms of prostate enlargement. They are one of the richest plant-based sources of zinc, critical for prostate tissue integrity, as I mentioned with pecans. But pumpkin seeds also contain phytosterols, particularly delta-7 stearin, which has a specific inhibitory effect on the enzyme 5-alpha reductase. Here's why that matters. The enzyme 5-alpha reductase converts testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, commonly known as DHT. DHT is the primary hormonal driver of prostate cell proliferation. The larger the DHT signal, the more aggressively the prostate tends to grow. In fact, a major class of prescription medications used for BPH, the 5-alpha reductase inhibitors, works by blocking exactly this enzyme. Pumpkin seeds contain natural compounds that inhibit the same enzyme through a gentler, food-based pathway. This is not a theoretical benefit. A well-designed randomized clinical trial published in the journal Nutrition Research found that men with BCH who supplemented with pumpkin seed oil over 12 months experienced significant reductions in symptom scores and improvements in urinary flow rate. The results were statistically significant and clinically meaningful. These men were sleeping better, voiding more completely, and reporting higher quality of life. Pumpkin seeds also contain cucurbitacins, unique phytochemical compounds with direct anti-inflammatory and anti-proliferative properties in prostate tissue. They are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and manganese, all contributing to reduced systemic inflammation and improved bladder muscle tone. The practical application is simple: 2 to 3 tablespoons of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds daily. Eat them as a snack, sprinkle them over a salad, blend them into a smoothie, or mix them into oatmeal. Pumpkin seed oil is also available as a supplement if the whole seeds aren't practical for you, and the research supports both forms. If I could only give one dietary recommendation to every man walking into my office with prostate concerns, it would be this: eat pumpkin seeds every single day. The evidence is strong, the dose is practical, and the benefits are real. Bringing it all together, let's step back and look at the full picture. 5 powerful foods: pistachios, almonds, pecans, Brazil nuts, and pumpkin seeds, each with distinct, evidence-based mechanisms of action for prostate health. And the remarkable thing is, they don't compete with each other. They complement each other. Pistachios improve pelvic blood flow through nitric oxide production. Almonds reduce cellular oxidative stress and support gut health. Pecans deliver gamma-tocopherol and beta-sitosterol to suppress prostate growth signals. Brazil nuts provide targeted selenium support for prostate tissue protection. And pumpkin seeds directly inhibit the hormonal pathway driving prostate enlargement while reducing inflammation at the tissue level. Used together, these foods create a multi-layered nutritional defense for your prostate. No single intervention does everything. But when you build a diet that consistently includes these foods, you're working with your body's biology rather than against it. Now, I want to be direct with you about something. These foods are powerful, but they are not a replacement for medical care. If you are experiencing significant urinary symptoms, a weak stream, frequent nighttime urination, incomplete emptying, blood in the urine, or pelvic pain, please see a urologist. These foods are a complement to medical evaluation, not a substitute for it. The goal is to give your body the best possible nutritional foundation so that whatever interventions you need, whether lifestyle-based or medical, can work as effectively as possible. What I've seen in 12 years of practice is that the men who do best are the ones who take a proactive, informed approach. They don't wait until symptoms become severe. They make smart, evidence-based choices in their diet, their exercise habits, their sleep, and their stress management, and they stay engaged with their health over time. The foods we've discussed today are some of the most practical tools available to you. They're not expensive, they don't require a prescription, and they're easy to integrate into any lifestyle. A handful of pistachios in the afternoon, a few almonds with breakfast, some pecans over a salad, 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day, a couple tablespoons of pumpkin seeds before dinner. These are small, consistent actions that compound over weeks and months into meaningful protection. Your prostate health is worth the attention. The earlier you start making these choices, the greater the protective benefit. And it's never too late to start. Men at every stage of BFE progression can benefit from nutritional optimization. If this video gave you useful, actionable information, I'd ask you to do 3 things. Hit that like button. It helps more men find this content when they need it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I post practical, evidence-based men's health strategies every week. And most importantly, drop a comment below and tell me which of these 5 foods you're going to add to your routine first. I read every comment, and I genuinely want to hear from you. Take care of that prostate, gentlemen. It's one of the most important investments in your long-term health and quality of life. And with the right information and the right daily habits, you have far more control over that outcome than you may realize. I'm Dr. Thomas. I'll see you in the next one.